Without a doubt, the two best cricket games to come out in the last 10 years, Bradman Cricket 14 and Cricket 22, are cricket titles that actually hold up against other sports games, instead of looking like Android games from 2005 when compared. Big Ant Studios blew everyone away with their very first game, like Sehwag smacking the ball in the first ball. Ashes Cricket 2013 was the game that came out before this, so our expectations were about as high as a Hobbit. For almost 5 years, we got nothing. But in 2014, we got a game with by far the best batting mechanics up until that point. The jump between Ashes Cricket 2013 and DBC 14 was a solid 10 years worth, but they came out in the span of 7 months. Bowling was good, though it did need some fine tuning, and we got a career mode for the first time. It took about 20 years, but we finally had it. We had gone through football careers, WWE careers, NBA careers, but finally we got a chance to play a career mode in the sport we loved the most, and it was better than I thought it would be. Yeah, it was basic, you pretty much played match after match, but because the sport of cricket offers so many different situations, batting in test matches and T20 or bowling at the death or on a green track, factors like those keep things interesting. And as I said earlier, gameplay is what made this game iconic. Batting especially. Before DBC 14, yeah, some games like Ashes 2009, we could play shots everywhere, but it wasn't complete freedom, at least in my opinion. Bradman Cricket 14 changed all that. You can play shots to every corner of the ground, and not only that, you had 2-3 shots for every direction. Chips, lofted shots, aggressive shots along the ground. When gameplay is that fun and you have a career mode to use it in, the only possible result is you end up getting addicted to the game. Big Ant Studios nailed batting on their first attempt. Bowling, not so much. The system here is similar to what we have now, but it's frustrating and just not as much fun. It's incredibly challenging, which I do love. Forget about bowling good deliveries. Even releasing the ball here is a giant achievement. But Cricket 22 absolutely destroys DBC 14 in the bowling department. One more area of improvement in Cricket 22 is the career mode. After almost 8 years and 4 games of the same thing, they finally added stuff. A story, cutscenes, training drills, which was much needed. One more game with the same career mode and there would have been a backlash, definitely. Let's talk about graphics now. You'd think a game from 2021 would look downright better than a game from 2014, right? Yes and no. Cricket 22 technically does look a lot better. But the thing is, DBC 14 had an iconic visual style. I don't know what it is. If you feel the same way, comment. But the game doesn't look like a game, if that makes sense. It looks real. The fact that it can go head to head with a game for PS5 is unbelievable. Because remember, this was a game for PS3, not PS4, PS3. In my opinion, DBC 14 looks fine even now, almost 9 years later. Bowling in Cricket 22 is downright awesome. If you're a fan of the art of bowling and you're looking for a game where you can just bowl and bowl, you have two options, Cricket 22 or Ashes Cricket 2017. Bowling is as much fun as batting in those two games. Big Ant Studios need to be appreciated for that. Remember, as great as some of those cricket games from the late 2000s were, batting was the attraction there. EA Cricket 2004, batting in that game is awesome. Bowling is average at best. You won't know how bad it is because after the first time, you'll just simulate the bowling innings. That's the main difference between these two games. If you enjoy bowling, Cricket 22 is better. The career mode is better, the game itself is more polished, very few bugs and glitches. So in my opinion, Cricket 22 is the winner, but not by a lot. DBC 14 has that charm that games like GTA San Andreas have. No matter how many new games come out and no matter how many impressive gameplay mechanics they have, you will always go back to those memorable games. If you want to see me cover games other than cricket titles, click the video on screen, subscribe to the channel if you like this video. Thanks for watching and have a great day ahead.